but it was to commemorate the guy who crossed this reservoir on a tightrope. Meshuggahs. Some nutters about it now. Publicity stunt. He was obviously promoting a local shop or something like that, you know what I mean? Come and buy the chocolate from Cadbury's chocolate from me. There's a guy here I don't particularly like. Anyway. In 1876, a skating rink, now this is an interesting bit, this is what I didn't know. A skating rink, right, was open near the gatehouse. By the 1920s, the building was more popular as a dance hall. Just a tower ballroom. My mum used to go there and dance. Perhaps a lot of the ladies listening or watching used to go and have a dance there. Or your mum did. But they went dancing there. It was a skating rink, who'd have known? They've just recently knocked it down, it's demolished. And was renamed the Pavilion Ballroom, and then in 1933 the Tower Ballroom. The Tower Ball, because there's two towers here. There's a water tower and there's a folly. You'll see on the picture that's been painted down the back of the boathouse, and I'll point them out to you in the distance. The one tower, or both towers, were used as inspiration for Lord of the Rings. Tolkien, it was inspired by it to bring it into The Hobbit and all that, you know. And I'll point them out. We'll see them from this side. The Tower Ballroom remained open in some form until 2017, when it was forced to close due to rent costs. It reopened briefly in 2019 to host Birmingham Opera Company, acclaimed production of Lady Macbeth, but was subsequently demolished in 2022, and with the site remained vacant as of 2024. It's vacant now. But here's the deal, right? There was a massive protest here 2 weeks ago, about 250 people. They tied a load of yellow ribbons on the fences, you'll see it. And basically, see these reeds? They planted them about 10 years ago. These will grow very, very high, provide some kind of vegetation and cover for the wildlife. Some sort of yellow flowers, they're like water lilies. But there was a fella here picking them yesterday. And I thought to myself, I want to say something, but you know, but that's civic pride in it, you know, people wanting to come and steal something like that from nature, and people frightened to say something because of what you might say. But I should have embarrassed him, should have tutted. I should have gone tut 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 tut. Shame on you. Look at that, isn't that glorious? Now, so what was I saying? Yeah, so there was a protest by the tower. And basically what it is, the person who owns the land has put it up for sale. And the issue is that the footpath, this footpath that we're on now, that goes past it, belongs to that investor. And the people are worried that the investor will block or prevent people from walking on the footpath. But I don't think they will be allowed to do that because, one, they'll have to deal with the local authority, and the local authority might be forced to buy the footpath off them. Two, it might decide to build a footpath that bypasses it. Or three, the people might take control and actually prevent anybody from building on it. Do you know what I mean? Because really, as I said, although this was designed for industrial purposes, it was never ever intended to be a leisure facility. However, I've seen photographs from the 1880s and, you know, the Victorian era of women walking around here with the big long skirts and umbrellas and that. So even then they were using it as a leisure facility. Because the air quality is superb here. There's no fumes or anything, and it's a jewel in Birmingham's crown. It's right in the city centre, and who'd have thought? You know, it was designed like for industrial purposes. Now this open expanse here, the wind. My friend told me the wind would blow all the way through across the water here into Birmingham and blow all the bad air away. You know, all from the smokestack chimneys and everything. So the air quality in Birmingham was relatively good compared to Dudley. You know, Dudley lived in the black country, and it was black because the smoke was there, you know, there's nothing blowing the smoke away there. But, you know, here, it's wonderful, man. Look at it, it's fantastic. Oh, the bench. So what was I saying? So, yes, we're going to look for these towers. Because on the other side of where we came in, all the cottages there, the houses, they were built by the Water Corporation. Because there's a waterworks over there, And that waterworks, there's a water tower in the waterworks. But all the cottages, all the little houses that were built there were for the workers. So you see that's the one tower. That is the water tower there, right? That's the water tower in the waterworks. That's one. I trust you can see it. Let me see if I can alter that a bit. See it? I'll go backwards and forwards. There it is. There's little ducks there. All right, lads. Lovely. Anyway, I've got to tell you about this plot of land on the left here. And a little bit further over in the corner, you should eventually see the folly. And the folly was built by the Lord of the Manor so that he could climb it and observe the hunt that was going on around this area, because, you know, we're talking about the time of gentry, and the folly is still there. And it was the folly that was used as inspiration for Lord of the Rings. Now, on the left here, there's a plot of land. And when I was a kid growing up, all I ever saw was people playing cricket on it. Nothing else going on. But it turns out that that plot of land belongs to a charity, but the charity didn't realise it, or they did realise it at some point. It was bequeathed to them in the 1900s by some benefactor in a will. And the charity had forgotten about it. Morning, all right. The charity had forgotten about it. But somebody was doing some research into the charity because it had a long history. And they discovered in the paperwork this piece of land had been bequeathed to them. So they suddenly had this asset. And they probably designated it as a cricket pitch originally, because what else would you do with it? You know, there's community in those days. Community kind of self-organised. Now it needs to be organised. That's the problem. We're so diverse, people don't know their neighbours. So we have mental health issues creeping as a consequence because there's no support infrastructure. You know, people don't go to church anymore or anything like that. But this organisation discovered this plot of land that they owned. You see now what they've got, all these sort of workout pull-up bars. You see guys doing pull-ups here. I don't know what they call it, Kalinetics or something. You know, look, you see there's the information. They've got sit-up bars over there and that kind of thing. But let me tell you a bit more about this plot of land. So they've been developing it. This is the organisation. It's called the Birmingham Settlement. It's a charity, registered charity. www.birminghamsettlement.org.uk. Go and check them out. It says developing communities and changing lives. And here they've built some kind of auditorium. I would imagine there'll be a bit of guitar playing Kumbaya here, you know. I've a friend in Jesus. I've a friend in God. I've a friend at the villa, and his name is Paul McGrath. Paul McGrath, my lord, Paul McGrath. You know how it goes. You know, Villa came before Birmingham City, remember that. And Aston Villa rhymes with winner, and Birmingham City rhymes, no, and blues rhymes with lose, that's it. Villa with winner, blues with lose. So the footpath was originally like this. When I was a kid, we had to run around it. All this land here was flooded just here. And so we had to kind of like hold on to the, well, you know, the serious runners would run straight through it. But the lads who were at the back smoking cigarettes like me would try and like climb along the fence to try and avoid getting wet. Because that's what we were like. Anyway, so they've developed at this plot of land. They've got a bit of allotments going on there. They've built that the red clubhouse at the back there. Right about 9 o'clock, loads of people turn up and they have an organised run from there. They've built that green glass house. You can sit in there. And they have donkeys here, they have animals here, you know. It's all for mental health, community, for the kids. But this is the entrance to it. And this is a bit of the paraphernalia. So it says, this is what's going on. Birmingham Settlement in 79 Selwyn Road, right? Volunteer with us at our Nature and Wellbeing Centre. Are you age 50 plus? Would you like to meet new people and learn new skills? Birmingham Settlement Nature and Wellbeing Centre timetable. So Monday yoga, Tuesday dog walk, volunteer with us Wednesday, beginners art class Thursday, Friday volunteer with us. Free wellbeing workshop, right? Little Settlers Nature Club, so 0s to 0s to 5-year-olds with parents. Plant with Pat, get planting. Tai Chi, and Monday morning yoga. Tea room open 9 till 3:30. Get involved. Go, you know, if you're looking for something to do, if you don't know your neighbours and you're feeling lonely, this is the place to come. This is what it's for. they'll help you. Anyway, so ecology. The reservoir is surrounded by woodland and grassland. The total area of the site is 70 acres. It supports a variety of birds in addition to newts and bats. I remember when I was a kid we used to go newting, turning rocks over looking for newts. Apparently they've all gone now. Don't know why. They're protected species, as are the bats. I mean, that's why those Blade Runners, that's what they're doing. They're putting bat boxes up by the cameras so that the local authorities can't basically turn them into spying devices. Spies, like the Jerrys, come to spy on us. That's what it's all about. I mean, okay, there's an argument to say that we need them, to protect us, because society's a lot more dangerous now, But maybe the local authorities and the governments have created the danger to give them the justification to put the cameras up to keep us safe. And that way they get control over us. No more freedom. 15-minute cities. You're not going to be able to, well, you are going to be able to leave your city to go to another 15-minute city, but you can only do it 100 times a year. Why curtail it? Because they want to curtail the movement of people for environmental reasons. But most people don't even move out of their area anyway, that often, probably only 20 times a year. But the fact that they're putting a limit on it feels as if you're losing your freedom, right? So why do it in the first place? Because they want control, or they want to control certain people. I don't know, maybe it's right, maybe the people that are moving on the train system, distributing drugs, the cameras will pick them up. What do they call it? County lines. But that's county lines, isn't it? If I living in Borsalheath, I want to be able to go to Kingsheath. Well, you can, mate. You can go 100 times a year. Well, I want to go 1,000 times a year. What's wrong with that? Anyway, I'm moaning because you're a moaner. In addition to supplying water to the canals, the reservoir is used for leisure activities including angling, sailing, windsurfing, canoeing, kayaking and rowing. Edgbaston Reservoir is home to 3 rowing clubs: Birmingham Rowing Club, Birmingham City University Rowing Club and the University of Birmingham Boat Club. All are housed within the same boathouse. That's where we were at the beginning. The site has also been chosen to house a new Birmingham Schools rowing initiative, with the 3 aforementioned clubs assisting in the running of the scheme. Birmingham Canoe Club also shares the space during the summer months, because they're fair weather people, they are. June to September, paddling on the reservoir. Yeah, I do go for the paddle. T.S. Vernon Sea Cadets you should see their house now. Wow, amazing building. You'll see it. Use the reservoir as a base. Their current site is being redeveloped in 2023 by the parent charity, the MSSC, the Marine Society and Sea Cadets, to become the Midland Boat Station, which will provide opportunities not only to cadets in the immediate area and beyond, but will provide opportunities for schools. I think Birmingham was a feeder community for the Royal Navy during the war, because most guys who wanted to join up, they preferred to go in the Navy because they were landlocked in Birmingham. They didn't see the seaside, or they wanted to travel, so they were drawn to that. And I think, I'm not sure, I'm speculating, but I think that boathouse in the corner there was a recruitment centre. If not, it should have been. I would have decided it. I would have made it so. Anyway, it goes on to say, further education and youth groups, schools, access to water sports under professional and adventure activity, licensed instruction at their brand new purpose-built facility. It's amazing. You should see, it's lovely. Which will be completed in early 2024. It's just coming to an end now. They're about to actually release it, I think. The Midland Sailing Club